It begins with drumming. Race Relay begins with a drumming circle, and our drummer leads them into a drumming circle so that they begin to feel that they are part of this wonderful mood that's being created in this room. Race Relay is about stories that people have shared with us about a racial incident that's happened to them in their life.
I was covering a Black History Month story and a talk by Malcolm X's daughter, and this man who was behind me, apparently he was angry about my camera, and he yelled, "Get out of my way, white bitch."
And what we do is we take those stories and we make a monologue, and then we intercut them with a lot of different stories that we see in the media about race.
But let me be clear, by the way, I'm not saying that white people are better. I'm saying that being white is clearly better. Who could even argue? Here's how great it is to be white. I could get in a time machine and go to any time, and it would be fucking awesome when I get there.
It's an attempt to create an environment where people of different shades of colors can come together and talk spontaneously and honest and truthfully about the challenge of that.
We always approached Race Relay from the point of view of story as medicine, that both the person telling the story and the person receiving the story, there was a transformation that happened.
I would hear terms like, "Go make me a taco," "Damn, wetback," or "Go back to Mexico." It was really heartfelt. I can relate exactly to where he was coming from and what his issues were. I was walking through the airport, and American Customs pulled me aside, and one of the custom officers took my passport, and he looked at me, and he says, "You Mexican?" I felt heartbroken seeing my little kid waiting for me at the airport, and my wife. They're coming to pick me up.
It's about sitting in a room with people in a circle, hearing stories from the heart, and seeing what's actually going on in the world around us, and then hopefully letting them feel good enough to share what's in their heart about race.
My character was created by, from what I've heard, Denise had interviewed some people regarding the race issue.
The way it started was that we invited friends of all different ethnicities to come sit down in my living room in a circle and talk.
And then we had to make the stories and shape them so that they were theatrically presentable and would be also entertaining for an audience. Hello. I was admiring your necklace. Thank you. I was just wondering if some of your friends would be interested in meeting my friends and going out for coffee. We'd like to meet some more Black women and talk about some of the racial issues that are going on.
I relate to all of the characters because I am a Black woman. And while all of our experiences are individual, there is a thread that runs through and connects all of them.
Now, honestly, I don't know what her experience is.
In my particular monologue, I'm talking to the character, this other Black woman, Anne. She's got really strong opinions about Black people and why I'm not relating to her or on her level about how she feels about her race. And she kind of feels there's a disconnect.
Like he says in the monologue, we're supposedly living in a post-racial America. That's a great little fantasy. I don't think the issue of race in America is going to ever be solved.
Well, one of the stories is my story. The Black woman's story in the Getty Museum is my story.
This black guard bumps into me again. He looks me dead in my eye, and he doesn't apologize.
Racism is still under the surface, and if we don't share it, you're not going to deal with it, and people want it to sort of go away if they don't talk about it.
In middle school, somehow or other, my father sent me to an all-Jewish public school, but all Jewish. And the teachers would beat me up psychologically. They would stand me up and try to humiliate me in front of the whole class.
The audience members are given a Native American talking stick. Now it's their turn to share with everyone in the circle, and that's the real focus of Race Relay.
So it was something that was kind of difficult to understand why people would just call each other names and be derogatory with each other just simply because they were just a little bit different.
If they tell a story from the heart and that connects to your heart, then that's the medicine that you need to begin to open up, to warm up, to realize that we are more alike in ways that we are different. Your movement is good, but it's got to stay in the center more, a little bit more, okay? I believe, really, that people do want to talk about race.
Been mistaken for Native American.
My line is, it's like complaining that women are privileged. Is that one mine?
The average person walks around feeling like they're alone, like they're different.
I don't use your race against you, so please don't use mine against me.
I think they should come to see Race Relay to be able to answer questions for themselves by asking questions.
What we're trying to show people is that there is a way that we can come together and move forward this conversation about race in this country.
We're never going to be able to be post-racial if we don't unpack this giant suitcase of crap. And this is a way to start that unpacking.